Hey everyone, what's up? Today I'm going to talk about 4 months of being a dad. My wife and I recently have been having a lot of conversations about redefining our relationship outside of our son. Of course, he's bringing us together in so many ways, and that's making it amazing, but obviously there's less time, less emotional energy, sleep is worse, everything that could contribute to being irritable, to being short with each other, to not having the energy to, pursue each other like we did when we were dating. My wife always says, "Remember when we were dating?" And I'm like, barely, because it was about 1,000 years ago, but that's just how it is. However, obviously, as a lot of people say, make a date nights and do things like that. I think over the course of having kids, that's realistic and a great idea. In the first 6 months, when you're readjusting your entire life to having your child, that's probably not realistic to do. So it's like, how do you make maybe small moments? So instead of going on a 2 or 3 hour date, how do you maybe just take 5 minutes or 10 minutes to connect with each other? Maybe talk about your day, have basic conversations outside of having kids, because obviously you can talk all day about, how cute your kid is and raising the kid and all that type of stuff, but maybe getting outside of it, if you have activities that you used to like to do, maybe you don't have time to spend all day going for a hike, but maybe you can just watch something on YouTube about like nature or different hiking gear and kind of talk about what you will do in the future once your child's a little more independent and you feel like you can trust them with other people and things like that. So that's what we've been working on a lot this month. But for now, luckily, we're both on the same page with focusing our son Nicholas and not necessarily on the other things like activities we used to like to do or our careers or things like that can distract us from starting our family and focusing on him and focusing on redefining our relationship and the three of us and how we interact with our family and friends, maybe not being able to give them as much time and attention, or maybe spending more time with other people who have kids and less time with people who do not have kids, and the struggles that can bring. Making new relationships with people, whether they're the parents of our child's friends in the future or people that maybe are involved in sports and activities that he's doing and things like that. And how do you continue to make friends and build that new life while also keeping your old life intact and respecting the relationships you used to have and the life you used to live? I think a big way that we're showing appreciation and bonding with each other is through taking care of each other in order to make a successful family. So right now, a lot of that is me taking care of my wife and kind of taking care of a lot of the responsibilities generally while she takes care of the baby. So that kind of shows my love for her, and then her appreciation of that shows her love for me and the way she takes care of our child. The majority of the time she's taking care of Nicholas, so I appreciate her when she's doing that. So I think just verbally telling each other that you love each other and you appreciate each other, and specifically saying the reasons why, can be essential to maintaining connection. Because of course you're also probably going to be yelling at each other and things like that. I mean, if you don't, then you're a saint and God bless you and all that. But for most people, you're probably going to flip out on each other on a weekly basis, maybe even a daily basis, especially if your relationship was a little bit shaky before you had kids. If you were fighting twice a week, you're probably fighting 5 times a week, that sort of thing. But yeah, just verbally telling each other you appreciate each other, and hugs and kisses and things like that. Maybe there's less time for sex and the true intimacy, but you can at least show like massive appreciation for each other and at least talk about a plan of when things kind of settle down, that you can take the steps to get back some of what you used to have. At least that's what I've observed. Creates a healthy relationship is you go through certain chapters in your life, periods in your life where it may seem extreme because you kind of just have to do what you have to do to get to from point A to point B, but then when you enter that next chapter you have to reset and rethink. And of course, if you can plan a little bit in advance, one that makes sure you do get back to that intimacy and the type of relationship you had before you had kids, it also gives you something to look forward to as well. So it's kind of like if you can plan a vacation 6 months in advance, it's like half the fun is thinking about the vacation, anticipating it, and not just actually being on vacation. So talking about the things you might be doing, the vacations you might be taking, or the types of activities or people you might be spending time with that you aren't able to spend time with in the first 3 months or 6 months, or maybe even the first year after your child is born, can be really valuable to giving you sort of peace of mind and something to look forward to, and keeping optimism that the difficult times that you're going to be experiencing at the beginning of your child's life will kind of get better as normalcy comes back into your life, as your child becomes more independent. Other than that, Nicholas is continuing to hit his milestones and smiling and laughing a lot, and overall is a pretty positive kid. Of course, he has his times where he's screaming and he's acting crazy and you don't really know what's going on, but at the end of the day, he's a good kid and I'm really blessed to have him. So, thanks again for watching the video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.